Solstice. Welcome, welcome. So we're going to just spend the first few minutes talking a little bit about the story of Reiki, how it came to be, how it came to the United States, and how I came to bring it to you today. And then we'll do some Reiki together. I'd like to teach you a self-healing routine today. So Reiki starts long ago. Our story actually starts in the 1860s. This guy, Dr. Usui, maybe a doctor, maybe not, depending on how you conceive of it. 1865, he was born in Japan to a fairly wealthy family, actually. He was born to a family that was descendants of samurai. So he was brought up in a wealthy home, and he was trained in martial arts as a very young man, and in Chinese medicine. So very, very high-placed and wealthy guy, and very connected, and yet he left that life completely and decided to give all of that up for the honor of giving away all of his possessions, taking a vow of poverty, shaving his head, and becoming a Buddhist monk. So he did, and he left the city life, he left everything behind him, and he struck out in a spiritual direction. Eventually he went on a 21-day fasting retreat, which sounds incredibly intense and kind of insane to fast for 21 days. But he did, and on that retreat he invented a new form of healing called Reiki. It is based on some of the principles of Chinese medicine and Eastern medicine, so if you're familiar with those, we'll touch on those real quick. So Reiki's not quite 100 years old. We're coming up on the 100-year anniversary in 2022. So it's not yet an ancient healing art, but it is a healing art. And he introduced it in Tokyo in 1922. The very next year, in 1923, was the Great Kanto earthquake, which essentially destroyed Tokyo. It destroyed everything, flattened the capital, killed 100,000 people. In the wake of that terrible disaster and the earthquake, there was a huge demand for medicinal and healing skills, and so Reiki blew up. He taught it to about 2,000 people, we think, and 16 of those people became masters. One of them is this guy, Chujiro Hayashi. He's not particularly important, he's just the next guy in the chain. Hayashi turned around and founded his own school of Reiki, and he taught this lady, Hawayo Takata, who is the woman who brought Reiki to the West. She brought it over to Hawaii when she moved out of Japan in the 40s. And so in the wake of Pearl Harbor, Takata amazingly managed to avoid the Japanese internment camps of World War II. She did not go to one of those camps, and she continued to teach this Japanese healing form, even though all Americans hated Japanese at this time. Amazingly, she was able to continue teaching Reiki. The way she did it was, she lied. She totally lied. And that's why I'm telling you this whole story, is because much of what you hear about Reiki is wrong. And the reason it's wrong is because she had to lie so that she could continue to teach this healing art form, which she knew was good, but she knew that nobody would accept because it came from Japan, right? And the opinion of Japan sucked at the time. So she lied, and she said that Usui was a medical doctor, and that he got his degree at the University of Chicago, and that he became the president of a university in Japan, and she claimed that the Reiki master level cost $10,000, and all of this kind of stuff. And she made all that up. She made all that up. It's a non-denominational healing art. It's not magic. It's just a series of meditations. It's breathing and visualization. And it very much comes from Eastern medicine. So Takata, as much as she did lie, I think really did us a service just to bring it to the West at all. She also did a few other things. She packaged it up in a nice, neat package that the West could digest. She put it into very discrete steps. So today when you see Reiki advertised, you'll see Reiki 1, Reiki 2, Reiki 3. That's an invention of Takata. She made up these 3 degrees in order to make it, palatable. Originally, it was more of an ongoing thing, right? Just like yoga or a martial art. You just continue to go to class and you get better and better. There are milestones that you reach, but it's not like you get a certificate, in yoga, unless you reach a major milestone, right? Like you could get your teaching certificate, or you could get your extended teacher certificate. It's really, the original system was very, very similar to yoga. And I encourage you to see it like yoga, where your very first yoga class is going to be a little awkward. right? Because some of the postures, some of the things you're going to try out, they're just not going to feel right at first. But eventually, it will become clear that yoga, that Reiki, like yoga, is a system that derives naturally from the human body. It comes up out of the body. It's a very simple system that's built in. You know, I think Usui just found something that was already there. So this is Buddhism, and everybody talks about the negative parts of Buddhism, like don't do this, don't do that, nothing exists, you know. But this is the positive side of Buddhism. The 4 best ways to be in the world are these 4 sublime states. And all 4 of these are lovely things to think about and radiate while you're doing Reiki healing, or in general, just things to meditate on. How could I exude more love and kindness into the world? How could I be more compassionate towards myself and my own problems and my friends who I maybe am not understanding right now? Why are they doing that? And I can try and be a little more compassionate. Reiki can lead to that, and it can come from that. Sympathetic joy is feeling joy for other people who are winning, including the people who just beat you in a race, right? Or your competitors in business who are doing better than you. To be happy and to feel sympathetic with their joy. And of course, equanimity is, when things get rough, just stay cool, man. So this is a very complicated diagram of the meridians. And we're almost done here, don't worry, I won't go too deep. This is to intimidate you and scare you. It's based on the concept that there are vessels of energy flowing through your body very much like blood vessels. It's another layer on top of your blood vessels. And this is a very complicated and detailed map of the very complicated and detailed system of energy that runs through your body. This is used in acupuncture, it's used in Taoist meditation, it's used in Buddhist meditation, it's used in all kinds of Eastern traditions. And if you want to go deep with this, you can. I'm not going to go very deep with it today because we don't need to understand all the details to make Reiki work. So now we're gonna actually do some Reiki. Intro complete. This is the light switch. This is the main symbol of Reiki, and it's the one that I use every day. It's 3 moves, and let's draw it together. It goes like this. It goes 1, 2, and then the third part is the spiral down. It's 3D. Okay, so I like to say the words. It's called the Cho-Ku-Rei, and I like to say the words when I'm doing it. It goes Cho-Ku-Rei, and the spiral goes down in. So if I was going to heal my knee with my hand, I would imagine the Cho-Ku-Rei on top of my hand, and then the spiral going down through my hand into my knee. It's a symbol that connects 2 things together. Generally your hand and the part that needs to be healed. So what's going on here? Is this mumbo jumbo or what? I don't know. Reiki is either a way to connect yourself with the universal consciousness of everything and the divine energy that flows through and connects all things, or it's a way to access and accelerate your own placebo response, which is your body's natural ability to heal itself. Reiki is either totally cosmic or really, really plebeian.